Okay, going to go ahead and call the Schaumburg Village Board meeting to order for Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. First item is roll call, please.
Trustee Patel.
Present.
Trustee Clare.
Present.
Trustee Sullivan.
Present.
Trustee Dunham.
Present.
Trustee Madej.
Present.
Trustee Bishki.
Present.
President Daly.
Present. All present and accounted for this evening. Thank you. Next item is I'd like to ask if you have any electronic devices, cell phones, etc., that might go off, if you would mind turning them off, down, whatever the case may be, so we can have the meeting undisturbed. Next item is Pledge of Allegiance, and I'd like to ask Trustee Dunham to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Dunham. Next item is the approval of minutes for October 8th, 2024. Look for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
So motion and a second to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the approval of the executive session minutes for October 8th, 2024. Questions, comments?
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion and a second to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item is the approval of expenditures of $6,807,855.51. Questions, comments on those?
Move to approve the the approval of expenditures as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the expenditures as presented. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Patel.
Aye.
Trustee Clare.
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan.
Aye.
Trustee Dunham.
Aye.
Trustee Madej.
Aye.
Trustee Bishki.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. Motion carries. Thank you. Next is a presentation. And we have a presentation here for Ralph Pelekis, Cultural Services, the Assistant Director of Cultural Services. And this is for 35 years.
Wow.
Yes, a long time, but just because you got 35 years does not mean that you're allowed to leave. Just letting you know, okay, ahead of time, all right? Let me take a minute here to read this. This is a certificate of appreciation presented to Ralph Pelekis, Assistant Director of Cultural Services, for 35 years of dedicated service to the village of Schaumburg, 1989 to 2024. This is the first year I came on as a trustee.
Is that right?
Yeah. Wow. Grateful appreciation from the village president, village trustees, village clerk, and the staff of the village of Schaumburg.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
It hasn't gotten old, you know. Great.
Excellent. And the place has really grown tremendously since you've been here.
Thank you.
So I think back to when 89. I mean, it was only a couple of years old at that point, right? Maybe 4.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at all the things that's
Yeah,
going
my mom
on
dropped
now.
me off at work.
Yeah. So, but I mean, think about all the services that happen over there now.
It's a
The
huge
addition
change.
was
Yeah.
added to it over the years.
Yeah, we had 4 full-time staff members,
Yeah,
and now it's huge.
yeah. It does a
Thank you.
lot,
Yeah, thanks
a
for
lot
the
for the
support.
community, so
Appreciate it.
thank you very much.
We did almost
Okay, next item is liquor license requests, and I apologize if I sound kind of weird. I broke a tooth upstairs. I'm embarrassed to say I was eating it on a stale chocolate chip cookie and it cracked.
Oh.
Who knows? And it's right in the front. So the first item is a request from Mr. Tapas Kumar Singh for 1 Class A liquor license for Hoppy Goose located at 888 North Meacham Road. And this is a new business. So do we have an individual here for liquor license request for Hoppy Goose? No. Okay, and this is in, correct me if I'm wrong, is this, oh, maybe right here. Are you here for a liquor license request for Hoppy Goose?
Not here for arts development.
Okay. Is this in Meacham and Golf Road? Is this one of those locations? No.
A little down from.
A little down from there, okay. All right. wasn't 100% sure.
The center, I think, to the north of Fat Rosie.
Ah, yes, okay, that's correct, that makes sense, all right. All right, well, then we're going to go ahead and move on. Second item is a request from Mr. Matthew Dallas for one Class A liquor license for Ramsey's Italian Steakhouse located 1140 East Higgins Road, new business. Please come forward here. Just give us your name for the record. We know the business you're looking at.
Right. Good evening, Mayor. I'm Jack Butita with Elite Realty. This is my client, Akil Ramzanali, and he's
Nice
putting
to
the,
see
he's partners with Mr. Dudalis. They are putting the LLC together already. They have their federal ID number, and he wants the recommendation of the board to the village to apply for his liquor license.
Okay,
He's applying at 1140
East Higgins.
East
Yes.
Higgins, which is the local restaurant.
right,
He's buying it, and he's going to turn it into a gourmet steakhouse.
okay. So just a couple of questions.
Sure.
One is, are you planning on remodeling much?
No, just cosmetic touch, just to bring it to
Freshen it up.
freshen it up.
Freshen it up. Okay. Obviously, you're going to change the menu up to something that's within.
Yes, I had
what you're
already
looking
presented
for.
the menu.
Okay. And what might the menu contain, besides, I assume, steak?
Yeah.
Besides steak, what else might you have?
Pasta, salads, some grilled fish,
Okay,
some desserts, some
Okay.
Italian names, I don't know that good. but
okay.
Right.
Probably like me, I don't get all those Italian names well either.
His partner, Mr. Dudalis, was the manager of Fat Rosie's sister restaurant, Francesca's, for 3 years. So they're very familiar with, Mr. Ramzali is in the fast food business for over 20 years, and he owns several Popeyes restaurants right now, and he's going to embellish it to partner up with Mr. Dudalis, who has the expertise
In the
Gourmet
fine
restaurant.
gourmet restaurant.
Okay,
So
all right, when do you hope to open?
we are hoping to open by first week of November or second week,
Okay,
depending on how fast things moves around.
Right.
okay, all right. Well, good luck to you on that. Questions from the board? No. Okay, so the next step is to, during normal business hours, go to the liquor commissioner's office, which is also the mayor's office upstairs, and fill out the paperwork, apply for the application, which I believe you probably started this process, pay the application fee. There is a background check
Okay.
done by the police department, and all's good there. The license is issued.
Okay,
Very
Okay?
good.
very good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome to
Appreciate
stay or leave if you want. It's up to you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, next item is consent agenda. The consent agenda will be read in its entirety, voted on as one motion to approve. If you wish to discuss an item further, please indicate that when the item is read by the village clerk so that it can be removed from the consent agenda and discussed further under committee reports. Otherwise, all items will be approved as presented on the consent agenda. Will the clerk please read the consent agenda?
Number 1, correspondence. A, the motion would be to approve the request from the Prairie Center Arts Foundation to hold raffles November 15th, 2024, and November 16th, 2024, at the L. Larson Prairie Center for the Arts at 201 Schaumburg Court, and to waive the fidelity bond requirement. 2, Engineering, Public Works Committee. A, the motion would be to authorize participation in the Choice Partners National Purchasing Cooperative Contract and award the L. Larson Prairie Center for the Arts lobby remodel to Bear Construction Company of Rolling Meadows, Illinois, in the amount of $129,600.02. B, the motion would be to authorize participation in the Interlocal Purchasing System Cooperative Contract and award the L. Larson Prairie Center for the Arts lobby flooring project to Diversify of Itasca, Illinois, in the amount of $90,202. C, the motion would be to authorize a change order for the asbestos cement pipe rehabilitation project with Performance Pipelining, Inc. of Ottawa, Illinois, in the amount of $103,407.60. D, The motion would be to approve waiver of competitive bidding and award the purchase of one ambulance to Foster Coach Sales, Inc. of Sterling, Illinois, in the amount of $424,158. E, the motion would be to award a bid for snow removal in cul-de-sacs to Plody Construction, Inc. of Hoffman Estates, Illinois, for $465,000 for fiscal year 24-25 with a one-year optional extension. Number 3, Committee of the Whole. The motion would be to accept the schematic design of the new Village Hall and direct staff to authorize design development with Williams Architects of Itasca, Illinois. B, the motion would be to approve the proposed design guidelines for the Frankly Yours property located at the corner of Algonquin Road and Thorntree Lane. C, the motion would be to endorse revisions to the license fee and regulations regarding short-term rentals and refer the matter to the Planning, Building, and Development Committee. D, the motion would be to endorse the alternative concept plan and direct staff to work with Nitty Development regarding a revised zoning application for the Lober Farm development. 4, Plan Commission. A, the motion would be to approve a special use approval of a residential PUD, site plan approval, PUD size variation, rezoning, preliminary and final plat approval for Central Roselle Road PUD, South Roselle Road, north of Hartford Drive. 5, Zoning Board of Appeals. The motion would be to approve a site plan amendment approval, special use for a drive-through facility, preliminary and final plat of subdivision for U.S. Bank, 1293 East Higgins Road. 6, Ordinances. The motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 24-069, granting a site plan approval special use for a drive-through facility, preliminary and final plat of subdivision for U.S. Bank, 1293 East Higgins Road. B, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 24-070, granting an approval of a special use of a residential PUD, site plan approval, PUD size variation, rezoning, preliminary and final plat approval for Central Roselle Road PUD, South Roselle Road, north of Hartford Drive. C, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 24-071, repealing ordinance number 24-062, and proposing the establishment of Schaumburg Special Service Area 16, Remington, Basswood, Woodfield Business Center subdivision in the village of Schaumburg, Cook, and DuPage Counties, Illinois, and providing for a public hearing and other procedures in connection therewith. D, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 24-072, granting an amendment to ordinance number 23-052, modification of conditions requiring a private streets agreement prior to the release of permits for the district at Veridian, west of Meacham Road, south of Algonquin Road, and north of Progress Parkway. This concludes the consent agenda.
Look for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Patel?
Aye.
Trustee Clare?
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan?
Aye.
Trustee Dunham?
Aye.
Trustee Madej?
Aye.
Trustee Bischke?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. Motion carries. Thank you. Comments from the public. This is an opportunity to speak to the village board on matters pertinent towards the village of Schaumburg. We ask that you keep your comments to no more than 3 minutes in length. If you have something, please come forward and give us your name and address for the record and hold forth.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Yusuf Ahmed. Given the state of the world that we are in living today, I'm here to hopefully clear a few misconceptions in hopes of us becoming less divided than we are today. The phrase I started my speech with, Salamu alaikum, is an Islamic greeting which in Hebrew is Shalom alaikum, which means peace be upon you. This phrase is also what Jesus, peace be upon him, said to his disciples, as mentioned in Gospel of Luke, chapter number 24, verse number 36. Some of you might think that Islam is a relatively new religion that was created by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, 1400 years ago. Actually, Islam, which means acquiring peace by submitting your will to God, was there since the time man set foot on this earth. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, did not create Islam, but was the last and final messenger. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that there were 124,000 prophets that were sent on the face of this earth. All of the prophets that were sent, like Prophet Abraham, Moses, Jesus, peace be upon them all, were sent only for their people, and their message as a whole was meant to be followed only for that specific time period. Since Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was the last and final messenger, he was sent as a mercy to all of the worlds. It is mentioned in the Holy Quran in Surah Anbiya, chapter number 21, verse number 107, "We have not sent you except as a mercy to all of the worlds." It is also mentioned in the Holy Quran in Surah Saba, chapter number 34, verse number 28, "We did not send you for all mankind except to bring them glad tidings and to warn, but most people do not know." You might think that God of the Muslims is a different God because Muslims say that their God is Allah. Well, if you look in the Arabic Bible, used by over 10 million Arab Jews and Christians, you will find that the word God in English is translated to the word Allah in many places in the Bible. For example, it is mentioned in the Old Testament, in the book of Genesis, chapter number 1, verse number 1, "In the beginning, Allah created the heaven and the earth." I end with the following verse from the Holy Quran that answers the question, who is our creator and God, Allah? It is mentioned in Surah Ikhlas, chapter number 112, verse 1 to 4, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Say he is Allah, the one and unique, Allah, the absolute, the eternal, who is in need of none and of whom all are in need. He neither begat nor was he begotten, and there is none comparable to him." Thank you.
Anyone else? Just give us your name for the record.
Good evening. My name is Lyudmila Ivanov. I want to speak regarding this new development, what you just mentioned.
Can you speak in the mic better? I can't.
Yes.
Maybe tip it up there, thank you.
Okay.
Which development are you talking about?
The one on Roselle Road, north of Hartford Road. And we were here a few weeks ago on the previous meeting. Some of the people raised up their concerns. Particularly me, I raised up the concern that the company, the developer, doesn't have any previous experience or different developments or anything what they built so far. And I've been told that they're going to provide a proof of some previous sites what they built and experience and stuff like that. Nothing so far to me, and I believe to everybody else. So my concern is if the company doesn't have any experience, it's zero actually, no office, no experience, nothing like that. First of all, that raises my concern for the quality of the product, and secondly, for the terms, and the time of building and anything like that. You know that this project was developed a year or two ago for another company, and you clearly can see the other company has a ton of sites like that built. You can go and check what did they do before, review from the people. You can go and see how they build it, what they build it. In this case, nothing like that you can see. Secondly, we raised up some concerns about the portion of the site which propose the fence to be exactly on the property line between this development and the neighborhood, with directly slope from the property line, which raises our concern for future settlement and erosion from water because the sloping is going towards the site. So we ask if the slope can be moved a few feet away from the property line, stay flat and then start the slope. So this way doesn't affect so much the neighborhood. I didn't see anything like that and hear anything like that so far. Basically, that's my concerns. And one more thing which I want to mention, which I'm not pretty sure about it, but I have a master's degree in structural, so I have a few knowledge of this. There is a existing garage on the vacant plot, which is in the middle, and I haven't tested, but from my experience and from looking at it, the siding and the years what was built, the siding probably is asbestos, which raises a concern. When did they demolish it? What they're going to take to care about it, you know? Because it's not something small in the house, what you can cover and you know, fix it somehow. This is a building. It's not big, but it's a garage, but it's still. So it will be a lot of effect in the area around if they demolish it improperly. Thank you.
Okay. So, don't always do this, but I'm going to address a couple of those just to hopefully give you some ease on that. First of all, just because they're a new developer, if they are, I'm not 100% sure, but let's just say they are, we do have staff that, we have been accused at times of being a little too overzealous in our review of items. So staff will certainly be there to make sure they're doing everything that they're supposed to do, and they will be held to the plans that they presented. And so that will be there. And I'm sure the neighbors there will also keep an eye on things, and if they see something out of whack, they'll probably give a call to staff. And they certainly can call the Community Development Department within the village and speak to someone there and say, hey, I saw this going on, can you explain this to me? And staff will be glad to explain that, even if they have to come out and point it out and go over it. So, but as a new developer, everybody has an opportunity to build something. Hopefully they've got the financing and we'll be able to continue and get the thing built. We have to put faith in people and being able to do that. Regarding demolishing of existing building, again, staff will be overseeing that. If there's asbestos, they'll make sure that the asbestos is handled properly, that it's covered and taken away in the proper way it's supposed to be. There is very stringent rules that they have to follow in order to do that, whether it's siding, flooring, insulation, whatever the case may be. There's all of that needs to follow it's very stringent guidelines, I believe, both at the federal and state level, and staff will be, our code inspectors will be making sure that that is done and handled in a proper manner. So hopefully that will answer your concerns on that. Regarding the water, staff is, I mean, let's face it, this is 2024. Staff has been doing this for years and years, and has looked at the water lines and follow what needs to be done in order to ensure that any water issues will not impact neighboring residents. So hopefully that is taken care of. If not, by all means, let's have that follow-up conversation with staff and make sure that that gets done correctly. So, okay?
Sorry, I agree with everything what you said. I don't disagree that you need to give opportunity to the new developer. The question is like, if it's a new developer, doesn't have a crews, doesn't have, you know, experience, so it will extend the time of building, which will affect the neighborhood. So instead of certain period of year or year and a half, it will be 3 years. Because if you don't have your crew, you use a subcontractor. Subcontractors are not your people, so they are going to be hired and they're going to be busy with another project. And that's my concern, not the quality so much. And regarding the water, I can show you something.
Well, let me answer that. So even new developers, even existing developers who've been around for years don't meet timelines. So it'd be a prime example.
I agree.
Holiday Inn over on which we've been wanting for years and years and years, Holiday Inn over on Meacham, or not on Meacham, on Martingale, we gave them like 6 extensions, and they've been building for a while. So these are not new people.
But Martindale is a business area. This is neighborhood area with a
I
lot of
understand,
kids.
but sometimes-
You understand that all this noise will affect the small kids and the
there may be
babies?
Supply issues, there's all sorts of stuff that can affect it. So we can't hold someone to an exact date without understanding all the pieces. So at any rate, the point is that,
Okay.
you know, staff will oversee and we'll do what we can to hold them to a timeline. But there are always extenuating circumstances, so.
Within a reasonable time, everybody agrees, but if it's like double,
Okay.
and those photos what I present you, this is an example of something what happened, although your staff is monitoring the stuff. You can see this is a real stuff here in Schaumburg, and you can see that the fence is built directly on the property line, and all the footings is exposed on the sloping side. And this won't happen in year 2. This is happening in 5 years, and these builders won't be here in 5 years. So who is going to fix this in 5 years?
Well, there's a homeowners association that goes with it, so.
They don't. This is also association, like you can see.
What-
Zero care.
Who's the homeowner association that does this?
No, I'm saying this is, one side is homeowner association, the other side is a plaza, a business plaza.
So, well, we can have staff certainly take a look at it.
So in this case, who is going to fix this?
I don't know, without having.
And in
staff
our
take a
case,
look
who
at
is going to fix it?
it. Until we have staff take a look at it, I cannot answer that question. So,
It's a certain solution.
I'm not even sure what you're
Move
talking
a few
about.
feet away and then start the
So,
sloping, and then
again, we can-
all this is gone.
We will turn this over to staff and let them take a look at it and get back to you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, all right. Anyone else? Okay, moving on. Council report?
No report, Mayor. Thank you.
President's report, I have a few items for this evening. First one is some appointments and removals from a couple of our commissions. For the Electrical Commission, we have a removal of Mark Kavanani, am I pronouncing that correctly? His term ended actually April 30th, 2024, so technically he's already off the commission, but just as an official, we have him down as a removal. And his replacement is Daniel Grogan. His term will end April 30th, 2025, and he is here in the audience. Schaumburg Business Development Commission, we are removing Gerald Bragg from the Northwest Community Hospital. Apparently his role has changed, and replacing him will be Karen Schumacher, also from Northwest Community Hospital. And we're adding George Pershon from Trend Building Services. Both of them, their terms end April 30th, 2025. Plan Commission, this is a correction. We had down the wrong date, and I thought it was odd when we were doing this 2 weeks ago. My apologies, but the correction, the real appointment date should be April 30th, 2027 for both D2, Don Watson, and Rich Gerber. So I look for concurrence on those items if possible.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. I have here a nice note, and this is to the police chief. It's an official thank you to 2 officers, Brumfield and Perez, for their service on a hot Saturday night in late August evening. Apparently this gentleman was locked, I think it was a gentleman, yes, was locked out of his car, and these 2 gentlemen, in a few short minutes, apparently showed up, calmed his nerves about having this situation, and they were able to take care of him and help him out, and they were very happy that. So hats off to the Schaumburg Police Department for that. And he sent along a little something that I'll pass to you, Chief. So that's from James Heath. And then, of course, you're already aware, but I'm just going to say it for the record. Over a week ago, we had the former village manager, George Longmire, who was manager of the village up until 1989, passed away. They had a funeral service for him yesterday. And George was a great guy, as we know, those that were around for when he was here. And always looked forward to his smile. And the progress report has got the great picture of him, so you picked out a good picture. Because that was George. Big smile like that, and so it was sorry to see George's passing. That's all I have. Manager's report?
Good evening. I just have one item that's listed here on the agenda. It is the village's longstanding tradition to cancel the second village board meetings in both November and December to allow officials and staff and public to spend the holidays with their families. And so I am again recommending that we cancel the board meetings on November 26th and December 24th, 2024.
Questions, comments?
So moved.
Thank you. Motion is second. Someone, I hear a second?
Second. Clark.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Anything further?
No, nothing further.
Okay, new business, we have nothing here. Unfinished business, we didn't have anybody come in for the liquor license hearing, right? No, okay. Nothing under unfinished business, trustee comments and mentions? Anyone for this evening? Yes, trustee Patel.
I would like to wish those who celebrate Diwali a very happy and joyous Diwali and a prosperous New Year.
Thank you. Had the opportunity to attend the event. I know there's quite a few of them going around, and I had one that was very good, so thank you very much. Anything else? Anyone? No. Looking for a motion to adjourn into executive session in accordance with Section 2, subsection C1 of the Open Meetings Act, personnel, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee determined as validity. And I do not believe we're coming back, is that
No,
correct?
that's correct.
Okay.
So moved.
Second?
Motion and a second. Please, will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Patel?
Aye.
Trustee Claire?
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan?
Aye.
Trustee Dunham?
Aye.
Trustee Madej?
Aye.
Trustee Bischke?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.